皆さんこんばんは。今日もダルマトークの時間がやってまいりました。お相手は私、川口智でお送りいたします。Thank you for watching our Hokke.tv. Hello everyone from Hokke.tv. We could broadcast a 70th time at this time. Somebody think all of Buddhism is same because the Buddha explained all of Buddhism teaching. And then the place where arrives is everyone simultaneous. We often listen like this. However, this is very wrong. The Lotus Sutra is very different other sutra that explained before the Lotus Sutra. And then Buddha Shakyamuni explained the Lotus Sutra is a late moment. Contents and explaining of the Lotus Sutra are very different at all. The sutra before explaining the Lotus Sutra called the teaching of obeying other intention. This teaching explained that following to the will of others. Therefore, when the person asked to the Buddha Shakyamuni explained the doctrine which was explained according to the trouble of each one for each person. If there was a person who catches the cold, Buddha Shakyamuni gave the medicine for cold for this person. If there was a person where the waist is painful, Buddha Shakyamuni gave poultice medicine for cold for this person. In addition, the person who couldn't become the Buddha by the sutra was there before the Lotus Sutra is explained. Although human beings could become the Buddha, animal never become the Buddha. Although the men in human beings could become the Buddha, women never become the Buddha. Although good men in the man could become the Buddha, bad men never become the Buddha. And then also Bodhisattva in good men could become the Buddha. Shomo Engaku never become the Buddha. Buddha Shakyamuni explained about becoming Buddha only for really the person who is limited. After passing 40 years since Buddha Shakyamuni explained the teaching one by one person, all living beings, include women and animals, started to think we can become the Buddha too. Buddha Shakyamuni had been waiting such a thing. And then he started to explain all through doctrine. The teaching that had been explaining was all of parable. From now, I explain the doctrine that I wanted to explain. What Buddha Shakyamuni explained at here was the Lotus Sutra. Buddha Shakyamuni wanted to explain, so this teaching explained by own thinking for the teaching of obeying other intention. So this teaching called the teaching of obeying own intention. For example, Buddha Shakyamuni explained how to make the medicine, which cured the bad basic very thing. This is not the medicine of getting one out of a difficult spot, like a medicine for cold and the poultice medicine. He explained all living beings will be able to become Buddha in the Lotus Sutra. However, why did he explain for the first about Lotus Sutra? In the old past India, there was a system of human called caste. So social status of women was very low. The law treated women harshly. Moreover, the person who believed that men could live was few person who strict training. Into this situation, nobody could believe it. If suddenly Buddha Shakyamuni appeared, and then he explained everybody could become the Buddha. Buddha Shakyamuni deeply have known it. So Buddha Shakyamuni explained many other sutras until getting the wisdom, which we can understand and believe for spending long time. And then when everybody wishes the way to be the Buddha with wisdom, Buddha Shakyamuni explained the true teaching of the Lotus Sutra. If I rephrase only the Lotus Sutra as true teaching, then other sutras are parable. Therefore, other sutras are only the way to lead the true teaching of the Lotus Sutra. So, Nichiren Daishonin explained in Rissho Ankokuron this. You should promptly discard your false faith and take up the true and sole teaching of the Lotus Sutra at once. Nichiren Daishonin thought we could become a part of the Buddha Shakyamuni only by the true teaching of the Lotus Sutra. In the meantime, the people of Japan were suffering from earthquakes, epidemic, drought, and famine in Kamakura Shogunate era. Looking at these suffering people, Nichiren Daishonin wrote Rissho Ankokuron and appealed to the government. However, government and the shogun believed almost nameless monks and teachings. So, I'm nothing to say that Nichiren Daishonin met many persecutions after appealing to the government, like Ryuko Honan. Anyway, Nichiren Daishonin could realize the true teaching in the Lotus Sutra that Buddha Shakyamuni wanted to explain and lead after his training and working at Mount Hiei. Shakyamuni Buddha also explained in the Lotus Sutra chapter 3 parable this. This triple world is my property. All living beings therein are all my children. There are many suffering in this world. Only I can save all living beings. The eternal Buddha Shakyamuni is the father of all living beings. He always is continuing to save us from many sufferings. Namu Myo Horenge Kyo's Odaimuk is medicine for saving from suffering of worry and sickness and so on. Moreover, Buddha Shakyamuni continued to explain in chapter 16 also this, gathering fine medicinal herbs that meet all the requirements of color, fragrance, and flavors. He grinds, sifts, and mixes them together. Take it and you will quickly be relieved of your sufferings, and will be free of all illness. I will leave this good excellent medicine here. You should take it and not worry that it will not cure you. This verse means I leave this good excellent medicine here. So you should take this by yourself without no doubt. Only you will be able to choose whether you will take Odaimuk as good excellent medicine, with Buddha Shakyamuni as excellent doctor compound. There are many suffering and sickness and misfortune in this Saha world. Buddha Shakyamuni always protect for us from these sufferings. So you should believe without any doubt whether the hand of the Buddha Shakyamuni would be extended. We like to think about chapter 3, the parable again, as more deeply. This triple world is my property. All living beings therein are all my children. There are many sufferings in this world. Only I can save all living beings. So most important things is we don't have any doubt. Especially at temple. Whenever you come to temple, please think and remind that teaching of Dojokan means meditation on the throne of enlightenment. So, Shakyamuni Buddha also explained in the Lotus Sutra chapter 21 about supernatural powers of the Tathagata this. All these places are the throne of enlightenment. In these places, the Buddhas attain to perfect enlightenment. In these places, the Buddha rule the well of the law. In these places, the Buddhas enter Pali Nirvana. These places mean you will be able to meet and communicate to the Buddha at whenever or wherever you want. Please keep your mind about this whenever you visit to the temple. Buddha Shakyamuni had given Buddha seeds for all living beings in the old past. However, we who are turning 6 worlds never realize that we have already Buddha seeds. We should realize quickly, and then we should make use of infinity ability. However, everybody are wondering, how should we realize and use this treasure? This is why we entrust everything to Shakyamuni Buddha. And then we should recite the Lotus Sutra and chant Odaimoku Namu with a sense of one spirit. When a sense of one spirit connects with the compassion of the great Buddha, Shakyamuni, we will be able to get wonderful power and infinity ability and inexhaustible wealth. And then impossible things change to possible things. I like to continue to explain we never fail and imagine and think doubt. We should believe we have get already wonderful power and infinity ability and inexhaustible wealth from the eternal Buddha Shakyamuni. When we appreciate to the Buddha with chanting Odaimoku, include thankfulness and repaying favor, Buddha's seeds will be full of bloom, and we will be able to open the gate of enlightenment. And then Buddha Shakyamuni saves us from many suffering. At the same time, we should promise to the Buddha Shakyamuni we spread the Buddhist Dharma instead of saving us. This is action of repaying favor called Ho-on Kansha. Before conclusion, I hope please remind we never forget Buddha's great compassion favors. In the end, I'd like to say all of you overseas Nichiren members and audience, thank you for watching our Hokke.tv. I'll appear on this Ustream program next time. I'd like to introduce you more about Buddhist teaching. Thank you for watching and sharing. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. ご視聴ありがとうございました。お相手は私川口徳がお送りいたしました。またお会いいたしましょう。